Alrighty, everybody. So, today, I actually decided to react to not what I eat in a day. It is a video titled The 5 Foods. Well, stop eating these 5 foods. I don't even want to read the title. You can probably see it anyways. I don't care. Some of the stupid suggestions I need to address. I need to address this because she says, I'm just going to start right from the part where she starts mentioning the foods. She says that foods that hurt one person might not hurt another with kidney disease. No. Human beings are all the same. All the foods will affect you. Whatever food is harming that person, it will affect you. We are all the same. Maybe some might have less of an effect than others, but it doesn't mean that it won't affect them at all. Not sorry. I said what I said. I stand by that opinion. Just like not everybody reacts violently to gluten, but everybody to some extent has a problem with gluten. And I will continue to say that till the day that I die. Which I know will be a long time coming. I will not die for a very long time because I know what I'm doing to keep myself healthy. And I think, I don't eat a whole heck of a lot of plants anymore like I used to. So I should be okay. I should be okay. All right. Anyways, let's just get into this because the first food on the list is a real doozy.
Number 1, red meat and animal protein.
Right there. Now let's go back.
Now, protein in and of itself can be a good thing.
Hang on. One moment.
It can help us to build strong muscles. It can help us to heal fast.
Okay, how come this isn't...
Be sure to watch my... Number 1, red meat and animal protein.
Not true. At all. At all. You know how I know? Because I know. You need, especially the fat though. What you don't want to do is only eat the protein. The reason for this is just protein causes rabbit starvation. Look up rabbit starvation. What you want to do is include the fat. So yeah, there's that.
These may not be harmful to you, so be sure that you consult your physician before making any dietary changes.
Oops, sorry, I jumped back.
Number 1, red meat and animal protein. Now, protein in and of itself can be a good thing. It can help us to build strong muscles. It can help us to heal faster.
Everybody needs red meat and animal protein, no questions asked. Don't you dare lie to me, you idiot. You know very well, every human on the planet needs red meat. And you know why? Because if you're a woman, then you still have your period every month. Yeah, you need it. Yeah, and especially if you're already on dialysis, you're going to become anemic. So, you're telling people who are on dialysis to not eat the food that is supposed to build them up? Bring their iron back up to normal? Sick. Absolutely sick. And you should be arrested for this, for suggesting this. This is horrible, horrible advice. Oh, Matt, you don't deserve your license for saying this. Oh my Lord, this is awful advice. I would friggin' do everything in my power to get you fired if you were my doctor and nephrologist. I would do everything. And more.
But if you have kidney disease, then you should stop eating excess red meat and animal protein immediately.
Never do that. Do not do that. Oh my Lord. Do that and you will run the risk of dying. So much faster. Likelihood. Maybe likelihood's better. I don't know. You will die so much faster Sorry, my computer. You will die so much faster. Do not take this advice. You don't even deserve your license just for saying that much. Oh my lord, woman.
You take a look at your labs.
You are a woman yourself, I'm sure. I could be wrong, but if you still have your period, come on. Don't lie to me, woman. You know you'll eat a lot of beef.
You see an EGFR, estimated glomerular filtration rate. If yours is,
Yeah, but I don't have kidney disease. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If you're a woman, you need freaking red meat. More than anyone else. Oh, and by the way, you need liver too. Lots of beef liver. Beef liver. Dude. Yeah. You can tell. I'm starting to feel better. By the way, in case you didn't see my previous video, I talked about why I haven't uploaded in the past few days. Usually I try to upload every 2 to 3 days. So, yeah. It's been a little bit. I'm okay. I think I'm getting better now. I'm feeling a bit better, so.
less than 60, then you likely have chronic kidney disease. And if so, a modest protein restriction can help to slow down the progression of that kidney disease.
I really don't believe this. I don't. It's possible, but it doesn't mean it's actually true. I don't really believe this. I never heard of people on stage 4 kidney disease that started carnivore needing to reduce protein. I never really heard about that. If someone could send me some kind of story, or if anyone who's had kidney disease who did have to restrict their protein, like actually, like did carnivore, didn't notice a number change until they restricted their protein, let me know. And no, don't tell me you were doing keto. Tell me you were doing, you have to have been doing carnivore in order to make this work, because keto still includes a lot of oxalates and things like that. So until I get a carnivore saying, oh, I had to reduce my protein because of stage 4 kidney disease, I couldn't break it down as whatever the heck. Until I get something like that, I'm going to call bullshit. Bullshit.
Be sure to watch my video on CKD stages after you finish watching this video. Certain patients with kidney disease should limit their protein, because if you have a high protein load, especially with...
You sound so narcissistic, because it might be the accent, but I don't think so. I don't think you need to necessarily talk all condescending like that. You sound very condescending, because
red meat, okay, and animal protein. Here we have some steak and some pork, okay? You should limit this, because if you have a high load of it, it can...
Yeah, it's definitely condescension. It's more than just, it's not just the accent, you guys. I know it's not. I really don't think it is. Because Shar from Vegan Deterioration has the same accent. By the way, I had to speed this woman up. Girl, you need more animal fat in your life, girl. Shar from Vegan Deterioration does not talk like that. There's a tone there. It's very condescending, and I don't like it.
Do a few things. One, it can increase the acid load, okay? You know how a lot of people are buying alkaline water and you want your blood to be, a little more alkaline for better health? Well, if you have a high protein load and you have kidney disease, then your blood can be very acidic, which is...
You know, alkaline is not good for you either. Did you know the more alkaline something is, the more corrosive it is? I forgot all about that until I researched it again. Because I forgot. I remember learning that all the way back in science class. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, right. I think I do remember learning something about that. How is this? I don't even know. I don't know. It's actually worse than something that's acidic. It's worse. It does so much damage. Holy crap, you wouldn't believe. It can, eat you alive, literally. And, you would never be able to restore yourself from that. I guarantee you. You want to put your body into an alkaline state? Good luck.
Not good for you. Also, if you have excess protein, especially the animal protein, then it can cause a buildup of kidney toxins in your blood.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I probably don't even need to go on, but I will.
Like that BUN lab, blood urea nitrogen. Limiting the animal protein is also good for diabetic nephropathy. And
no, it's not. Holy crap. I had the beginnings of neuropathy. You know what helped? The fatty red meat and lowering my sugar intake. That's what helped me. You are full of SHIT. You are full of it. And I bet you, your colon is actually literally full of it too. And you know what Barkay says? Because it rings true for you. Everyone has an opinion. And opinions are like a-holes. Wait, let me reword. Opinions are like a-holes. Everyone has one, and every one of them is full of crap.
Animal protein specifically. If you limit the animal protein, that
Shut up. Just shut up and move on.
help you to
We don't care. Plus, I've already disproven my problem. If I was eating enough animal protein to cause issues with the kidneys, I think I probably did have a little bit of issues with my kidneys. Now, my blood test never showed it. But I do think I had some issues with my kidneys. If I was eating enough animal protein to damage my kidneys, I should definitely have damage by now. Shut up.
lower your cholesterol naturally.
Shut up about your stupid cholesterol. Look, if you lower your cholesterol, you raise your likelihood of developing Alzheimer's. I told my aunt about that. She was floored. She was like, "Oh my Lord, and everybody's getting like Alzheimer's and dementia now. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, I wish I knew that sooner." I'm like, me too. I'm surprised my grandfather lived as long as he did. Granted, his last few months of life was not great. He was in and out of hospitals, and he ended up in the hospital, I think, for about a month or two there, for his last months of life, and he died just before the Christmas holidays, which, that was a hard time for me. I was only 15 at that time. He was 87, which, I mean, wow, but I mean, also, just wow. He didn't need to go that way. Definitely didn't need to go that way. It could have gone so much differently. He could have been so much more active, helping my grandmother around the place. No. Yeah, if only we had found keto carnivore a lot sooner and got him at least to try and lower his carb intake just a little bit. Dude, most of his diet was carbs. A lot of milk, and I'm going to include milk in there because milk has sugars as well. Yeah, it was like low-fat milk, so like the skim milk, or 2%, I think it was. Cookies and little bread things. Oh my God, the cookies were disgusting. I don't know how he ate those things. I tried one. I'm like, I asked if I could try one. I tried one. Oh my God, it was gross. Apparently they were like molasses or something. I don't know how he ate those things. They were the most disgusting thing I ever tasted. I'm like, ugh. That is disgusting. I can't eat that. I couldn't finish it. I couldn't. I took one bite. I'm like, nope. I swallowed that one bite, but I'm like, oh, I can't go on with that. Nope, that's gross. Nope.
You know that having a lower cholesterol can help to decrease inflammation in your blood vessels.
Shut up about cholesterol. It's 2023. This video was uploaded in 2023. I'm pretty dang sure. Let me look again. Let me look. Pretty dang sure. I forget where to view the... I guess I gotta go out of the full screen mode for a second. Let's see. How long ago? I forget where to go to view how long ago it was uploaded, but I think it was actually uploaded a couple of months ago. Click here maybe. Yeah. 2023. So it's 2023, woman. And you are still promoting the cholesterol is bad ideologies. Malpractice. You need to be, have your license revoked. I'm not even kidding right now. Any doctor who spouts this crap not nowadays, you need your license revoked. You don't deserve to have a license anymore. Because 2020 was when was it American Heart Association came out with the study finally proving to us that saturated fat was not the cause of disease. And you're promoting lowering cholesterol 3 years later. You do not deserve your license. No freaking joke.
And be better for your overall kidney health. Number 2, high sodium foods or high.
Now this, maybe, I think this is what I mixed up with the protein. I don't know, but I think you do want to watch your, like, the higher amount of higher stage rather of kidney disease you have, you might actually have to. I think that's actually a thing. Yeah, I think you need to actually lower it if you have, just because you're not going to filter out your electrolytes as well. So I think this one I can actually agree with, but I'm not going to revoke, I'm not going to, take back my claim to revoke your license. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it.
Salt foods. High blood pressure is the second leading cause of kidney disease.
It's not high blood pressure that the salt is causing. If you're going to eat keto in particular, then there's no issue with salt and blood pressure. No issue. Now, kidney disease, like stage 4, maybe. I think you do need to lower it slightly or watch your intake or something. You might have a bit more of a problem, but I don't think it's because of high blood pressure. I think you might end up just swelling up and stuff and not being able to filter things out properly. You might end up getting more of hypernatremia symptoms or whatever the heck. But I don't think you're going to have actual high blood pressure. Salt does not cause high blood pressure. In fact, it will lower it. What you need to do is stop eating sugar. That goes without saying, really.
So if you have kidney disease and you're eating a lot of high salt foods, then you will likely worsen your high blood pressure and worsen your kidney disease. That's something you don't want to do. So you really need to be a label watcher.
Gosh, she's so condescending. I'm just going to grab my chair because right now I'm just kind of kneeling and it's not comfortable. Wow, the condescension is strong. I hate it. It makes me nauseated. It makes me want to puke. It is the most disgusting voice. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Shut up. Stop talking like that. It's more than just the accent. I am sure of it. The accent, I do not have an issue with. I do not have an issue with anybody's accent. It is the condescending tone. Holy crap. It is disgusting.
To eat.
She thinks she's so smart. Woman, all the more reason to have your license taken away. Yes, and I will not retract that statement.
No more than 2,000 milligrams of sodium a day, or even restricted to 1.5 grams.
I don't know how much sodium you do need. You can take in depending on your kidney disease stage. If there's anybody in my comments right now suffering from like stage 3 or stage 4 kidney disease, please let me know. But you have to be on carnivore. You have to be on carnivore so that I can get the best understanding possible. Because, like I said, keto, still has some things that can cause things like kidney stones and raise your blood sugar and do that kind of stuff. So you have to be a carnivore dealing with stage 4 kidney disease. Is it reversing? And are you watching your salt intake in the process? Are you watching your electrolyte intake? Are you? Or do you not have to do that? The only reason I'm saying you have to be a carnivore is because of the plant products that are used, that you do consume on keto. They could be causing your problem and making it worse, or preventing you from at least getting somewhat better. I don't. That's why I think in this case I have to hear from a carnivore, like just meat and water, basically.
Or 1,500 milligrams of sodium a day. This is very important because, again, if you have excess sodium, that gives you high blood pressure. It can also cause you to hold on to water and get swelling or edema. It's just not good for you.
That doesn't mean you have high blood pressure.
Some foods you want to avoid, oh my goodness, that are loaded with sodium, you already know what they are. Fried foods, like fried chicken. Potato chips, especially salty potato chips, oh my gosh. And pickles. When was the last time y'all took a look at the...
You know what potato chips also have? Do you know what potato chips also have? And do you know what pickles also have? There are carbs. Carbs.
Of a pickle loaded with salt. Oh my gosh. So you definitely want to avoid these things.
See how condescending? It is totally condescension I'm hearing, right? Right, yeah. It's gotta be.
Number 3, high potassium foods. Now,
you should have been just saying electrolytes in general. I don't know why you didn't just say high electrolyte food. Because sodium is just one electrolyte, but potassium is also an electrolyte. You need salt. You need salt. Salt is potassium, chloride, sodium and magnesium, and there's other like micronutrients. That is what actual salt is. You should have just put the electrolytes into one group.
potassium can be tricky, so I want you to please listen carefully. If you have an early stage of kidney disease, or if you have a form of kidney disease where you're actually losing potassium, then taking in a normal amount of potassium...
Huh? What? Since when did this suddenly change? When did we suddenly get to a point where all of a sudden, oh, you're actually losing potassium with your stage of kidney disease? What the heck?
May be healthy for you, about 2 to 5 grams a day, or really 4.7 grams a day. Be sure to consult your physician before making any dietary changes as far as potassium is concerned. However, if you have advanced kidney disease, then you should stop eating high potassium foods immediately in most cases. So,
I thought you said not everybody will be affected this way. Which is it, little condescending jerk face? Oh my gosh, I can't.
Here's how it works with the kidneys. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering out excess potassium. But if you have advanced kidney disease, then you may not be getting rid of potassium like you should, which will lead to a buildup of high potassium in your blood, or hyperkalemia. If you have hyperkalemia, then it can cause a real problem. It can cause you to have abnormal heart rhythms or arrhythmias. It can even cause your heart to stop. So again, if you have advanced kidney disease and you're eating too much potassium, you want to stop immediately. Also, if you're taking certain medications, a lot of people with kidney disease also have heart disease. So if you're taking certain heart medications or certain high blood pressure medicines that have a side effect of giving you high potassium, then you want to stop eating high potassium foods immediately. And some of the medications that can have a side effect of high potassium in your blood include ACE inhibitors, angiotensin receptor blockers, spironolactone, and there are more. Consult with your physician. So for the people who usually have kidney disease that's advanced enough to cause a problem or to predispose them to high potassium, it's usually when you have an eGFR of less than 30. So if you're in CKD stage 4, CKD stage 5, or if you are on hemodialysis or have end-stage kidney disease. So if you fit into this category, here are some of the foods you should avoid. Bananas. Bananas are loaded with potassium.
You know what bananas have too? Carbs.
And so if you have kidney disease and you have too much potassium in your blood or hyperkalemia, you want to avoid eating excess bananas. Avocados as well, they are loaded down with potassium. Another food, if you have advanced kidney disease and hyperkalemia that you want to avoid, tomatoes. There's more. Kiwis, nectarines, beans, all kinds of foods.
All of these have carbs too, by the way.
Are loaded with potassium. Now here's the trick. You notice that a lot of these foods that I'm listing are generally healthy foods, right? Healthy fruits and vegetables.
No, they're not. Prove it. 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 How is red meat unhealthy? And how are these fruits, vegetables, and legumes? How is red meat unhealthy? And how are these fruits, vegetables, and legumes healthy? How? Tell me. Prove it.
The good news is that if you get into a place where limiting all of these foods that have health benefits is really causing a problem, there are medications that can also help to reduce the potassium in your blood. Meanwhile, you want to avoid high potassium foods immediately if you are a patient with kidney disease who has high potassium in the blood or hyperkalemia. Number 4, processed and packaged foods.
I think that's a no-brainer, is it not? Why didn't you start with that one, huh? Huh? Why'd you have to start with red meat, the actual food that humans have eaten for 200,000+ years? 2 million years since we started walking upright. Huh? Tell me. Huh? You can't, can you? What year have you been getting what year did you finish your nutrition training? Did you have any nutrition training? And if so, how come you haven't been updating yourself on nutritional information? How come? You're supposed to do that every year, you know.
Please stop eating processed and packaged foods immediately if you have kidney disease. And you know the foods that are processed. You know the foods that are packaged. If you go into the grocery store, here's how you think about it. The foods that are kind of on the perimeter, on the outside, tend to be the healthier, fresher foods, right? But the foods that are in the center, in the middle of the aisle, that don't need the refrigeration, are the processed foods. And they can be loaded with preservatives that are bad for your kidneys. Phosphorus, specifically inorganic phosphorus, is something that can be found in processed or prepackaged foods. And if you have kidney disease, it's really not great for you.
I don't really have anything to say on this because that's kind of a no-brainer. Anything that's inorganic really is not safe for consumption and should not be consumed in any significance or frequency. This is a no-brainer. Yeah.
Because you need normal kidney function to help you to process or eliminate your phosphorus normally. If your phosphorus levels become too elevated from eating a lot of these processed foods, then it can cause some serious problems. It can cause you to have an elevated PTH level or a hyperparathyroidism, which can lead to you having weak bones and increase your risk for bone fractures. And if you have really advanced kidney disease, then having this preservative can ultimately lead to you having a disease like calciphylaxis.
Interesting. I didn't know they could cause hyperthyroidism. Yikes. Oh, wow.
The other thing with these processed or prepackaged foods is that they tend to have a lot of salt, a lot of sodium. And we know that having a high salt diet can lead to hypertension, which...
Shut up. You know that once people go keto, they don't need to restrict their salt. In fact, when they do, they actually feel worse. I know when I do, I did that for an experiment, I felt horrible. I would get up out of bed, boom, 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 boom. My heart's going a mile a minute. I'm like, okay, I only had this problem when I was anemic. Obviously, I need the salt because when I started eating the salt again, I'd get up out of bed, my heart would be normal.
Is the second leading cause of people going on dialysis. A lot of processed foods are also loaded with added sugar. It's a problem.
Finally, you mentioned sugar.
Make sure
But all sugar's a problem, just so you know.
you read the labels when you are looking at the packages of foods. Remember that the ingredients that are listed first are in the highest amounts in the food. And so if you're seeing a lot of words that you can't even pronounce and a lot of preservatives, then it's probably not the healthiest food for you. Number 5, sugary and carbonated drinks.
So she puts the worst things at the very, very end and has to put the most healthiest food that the humans have eaten since the dawn of humanity at the beginning. She had to put that one at the beginning. You should have just left that one out entirely, because if you were in any way updated with nutritional information, because you're supposed to update yourself, that's what being a doctor means. You have to update yourself, not stay stuck in your times. And you wonder why people get conflicting information? Condescending little jerk. Ugh, you're disgusting. I will not retract what I said about you having your license revoked. I hope to God you do.
Please stop eating sugary and carbonated drinks immediately if you have kidney disease. You already know. When you are drinking sodas, they are...
I hope something happens that gets you fired. Oh my lord. I don't even, like, seriously though. Or at least you banned off of YouTube. You're disgusting. Look. I'm not suggesting anybody actually try to ban her, but I think something needs to happen. Because she's promoting such dangerous information that I do not think she should be allowed on this platform. Dangerous. I have been in this position where, I did lower my salt. I did, I was eating less red meat at one point. I hated how I felt when I wasn't eating red meat. I felt thinner. I felt almost sicker. I felt horrible.
Loaded with added sugar. Just one 20-ounce bottle of a soda can literally have like 65 grams of sugar. And just...
Holy crap. Who in their right mind would drink a 20-ounce bottle, especially in one go? I don't know why I'm picturing it all in one go, but I guess if you're diabetic and you're constantly thirsty anyway, I could see it. But holy crap, man. Can you imagine? I'm sure some of you have actually done that, but I drank 12-ounce cans of stuff before, but holy crap, man.
Put it in perspective, it's recommended that the average lady eat no more than 25 grams of sugar a day.
Look, when I would get those big cups of stuff from McDonald's, half the time I wouldn't even finish the drink completely. I would save it for the next day. So that just tells me right there, you must have serious diabetes going on to drink that whole 20-ounce bottle in one go.
The average man no more than 36 grams of sugar a day. But even if you're only drinking like a 10-ounce soda, it can have like 42.
That's too much sugar. Come on. You know that. And by the way, everything has sugar. If you're going to consider plant foods actual food. All of it has sugar. All of it. Meat does too, but it's absorbed differently. If you're eating real meat, like red meat, yeah, it's a different sugar. And no, it's not going to hurt your diabetes. It isn't. It never will. Okay? So shut up. Shut up.
Grams of sugar. So this is no bueno. It's just not good. Mainly because when you're eating sugar, it can increase your risk for diabetes. And diabetes is the number one cause of kidney disease. So if you already have kidney disease and you're running around here drinking up all these sugary drinks, well, then you can certainly hasten the progression of your kidney disease and you can increase your chances of going on dialysis faster. Don't do it. The other thing is not just carbonated drinks. Other sugary drinks, like some of these delicious coffees that are loaded with sugar, that can be a problem because when you drink these drinks that are full of sugar, it's like empty calories. You drink them and they're loaded with calories, but they don't fill you up. And so you drink the sugar, you get a really high insulin surge that causes your blood sugar to drop. And so guess what? You're hungry. So you're drinking a lot of calories and then you go behind it and you're eating a lot of calories. So this can not only lead to diabetes.
It's not about calories, it's about sugar intake. I thought that's what you were talking about. Why are you now just talking about calories? What's this about calories all of a sudden? I thought we were talking about sugar.
Which of course can worsen your kidney disease, but it can also cause you to gain weight. And if you gain fat, especially belly fat, and you become a person who's living with obesity, then that also can worsen your kidney disease. So you want to stop drinking sugary and carbonated beverages immediately if you have kidney disease. So what are the alternatives? Well, water. You want to drink a healthy amount of water and make sure you can...
Yeah, we know.
Consult with your physician because depending on your level of kidney disease, the amount of water you drink may differ. For example,
you need to drink when you're thirsty. If you're lowering your sugar, which by the way, you should not be eating grains either. Grains have inflammatory proteins. All grains do. It doesn't matter which type of grain it is, all of them do. But if I take them out, then people will think I have an eating disorder. Well, screw those people, because you don't. Remember, Think back to ancient times. We did not have access to plants 365 days out of the year. We certainly didn't eat grass 365 days out of the year. Come on. Look. We are told to eat these fruits and veggies and even grains and these tubers 365 days out of it, or 366 days a year. Do you know how stupid that is? Do you know how insane that is? Do you? The reason I say this is insane is because this isn't how we ate before. Before agriculture, 50,000 years ago, we ate tubers when we were starving to death and we wanted something to curb our appetite when meat was not available. Did we eat that every day? No. When we were able to catch something, which I'm sure was most of the time back then, we did. We did. That's why we got the brains we got. We didn't get the brains we got because we were eating freaking sugar and starches like some anthropologists suggest. Shut up, all of you. We are no different from the humans 50,000 years ago. Definitely no different since then. Maybe our facial structure. Maybe. But look, if you can find a full skeleton of an anatomically modern human, would the intestine and all that stuff, would that all be intact? And if so, how does it look in comparison to our intestine and our digestive system as a whole? Does it look exactly the same, or was there a bigger barrel to the body? Did it look more like an orangutan's digestive tract? Did it look like what we have now? Because if it looked anything like what we have now, then we should be eating more like them. Checkmate.
If you're in the early stages of kidney disease, then you may be drinking 2 or 3 liters of water.
Why would you don't drink that much? No. Just no. You drink when you're thirsty.
Doctor's recommendation. But if you have advanced kidney disease and you're not making much urine, then you may need a fluid restriction. Also, if you have other diseases like chronic lung disease or congestive heart failure, you may be under a fluid restriction. Consult with your physician. But in general, water is something that's no calories, and that would be really the best replacement for your sugary carbonated beverages. The other thing is, the water doesn't have to be boring. You can spice it up. You can put lemons in it. You can put strawberries in it. It can be really fancy. I don't care.
There's sugar in those. Hello? What year are you operating from? 1962? Holy crap, woman.
How you drink your water, just get it in and make sure that you stop drinking sugary sodas and other sugary drinks
Actually, I should rephrase. Maybe 1992.
immediately if you have kidney disease. Be sure to watch my video on what added sugar does to your body after you finish watching this video.
All right, I'm done. I'm done for here. I'm done. So yeah, she's stupid. She doesn't deserve her license. Because she's not operating on the current nutrition. And it doesn't matter. Look, I don't mean like the carnivore studies. I mean like just in general. The Heart Association, Diet Heart Association or whatever, there's nothing about, I know the saturated fat and all that stuff. Do they talk about cholesterol? I do know that there's other doctors out there. They don't worry about cholesterol either, and I don't think they're all keto. I don't. Well, anyways, so that's it for that. I will see you sometime, maybe Monday, Tuesday, I'm not sure. But because tomorrow's my birthday, I'm going to be spending that time with my family.